In this video, we are going to be practicing some more ACT questions. If you search online for ACT 67C, that's the one that I'm using. It was released by the ACT organization, so it's out there. You can find it and you can practice along. Now, this first one here, number 4, says that Marlon is bowling in a tournament has the highest average after 5 games, with scores of 210, 225, 254, 231, and 280. In order to maintain this exact average, what must Marlon score for his 6th game is? Well, if our score is a certain average and we want to keep it there, the next game, we want to get that same exact score again. So what we need to do is find out what the average currently is. So if you take 210, 225, sorry about that, 254, 231, and 280, and you total it up, you get 1,200. And that was the average from 5 games. So that is a 240 average. So if we want that 6th game to keep our average at 240, we need to get a 240. Because if we get anything lower, it will drop our average. If we get anything higher, it's going to raise our average. So that's why we want to keep the score of 240, and the answer is J. Let's take a look at number 5. It says Joelle earns her regular pay of $7.50 per hour for up to 40 hours of work in a week. For each hour over 40 hours of work in a week, Joelle is paid 1.5 times her regular pay. How much does Joelle earn for a week in which she works for 42 hours? Now let's think about it for a minute. The first 40 hours, she's getting 7.5 or $7.50 per hour. But she's got those 2 extra, where she doesn't just get $7.50, but she gets 1.5 of that. So all you got to do is find what those 2 totals are, add them up. So this first total is 300. The second total is 1,650. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, something is wrong. That's everything I told you is perfect. I just can't hit numbers on a calculator right. I'm so sorry. I always tell my students the calculator is only as smart as the person entering the information. So I apologize. But I obviously, you can sometimes that's a good lesson. Your answer isn't there. Just rethink what you did. What could you have possibly done? Sometimes it's something as easy as a calculator. So there is number 5. Like, wait a second. Okay, let's look at number 6. Which of the following mathematical expressions is equivalent to the verbal expression, a number x squared, so I'm going to write that like that, is. Now, is mathematically usually means equals, so that's telling us where to put the equals. 39 more than. So if it's less than, I put it on the back side, and that one's very important that you do that. For the more than, I just put the plus 39 on the other side. 39 more than the product of. Now, the product means to multiply 10 and x, so 10x. And you can see that I put the more than on so that the less than always goes in the right spot. They did not, they just added. Addition is what's called commutative, so we can write it like this without a problem. I just kind of tell my students that, so in the future, if it said less than, we would have to always put that subtraction on the end. Anyway, so the one that matches what we want there is K. And to finish out this page, let's do number 7 here. Okay, So here we have a multi-step equation. We want to solve for x. So the first rule I would use is to distribute the 9 to both pieces. So we're going to get 9x minus 81 equals negative 11. Now we want to isolate that x, so we want to add 81 to both sides. We get 9x equals whatever negative 11 plus 81 is. That would be 70. That would be a positive 70 because that 81 is the larger value, and then divide by 9. Now 70 isn't divisible by 9, it doesn't reduce, so just leave it 70 over 9. The answer is E. So there is some ACT practice. I hope that helps you just start thinking about it, and I'll keep adding more of this 67C, I'm pretty sure, yep, 67C. I'll keep adding more of that for you as I go through it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.